The physiology of the urinary system is responsible for regulating the balance of fluids and electrolytes in the body, eliminating metabolic waste products, and maintaining the acid-base balance of the blood. This system involves the kidneys, urinary tract, and related organs that work together to filter blood, produce urine, and regulate body balance. Here is a detailed explanation of the physiology of the urinary system. 1. Structure and function of urinary system organs. The urinary system consists of the kidneys, urinary tracts, and bladder, with the main function of filtering blood and excreting body waste through urine. A. Kidneys, namely the main organ in the urinary system that functions to filter blood, regulate fluid and electrolyte balance, and excrete waste products and excess substances that are not needed by the body. B. Kidney structure. Each kidney consists of the renal cortex, outer layer, renal medulla, inner layer, and renal pelvis, urine collection chamber. The kidneys have about 1 million nephrons, which are the main functional units of the kidney. C. Nephron. The functional unit of the kidney consisting of 1. Glomerulus, a network of capillaries in Bowman's capsule that functions to filter blood. 2. Bowman's capsule, a structure that collects filtrate from the blood after being filtered by the glomerulus. 3. Proximal tubule, part of the nephron that functions to reabsorb most of the water, electrolytes, and glucose. 4. Loop of Henle, a structure that functions to create an osmotic gradient in the kidney that is important for the reabsorption of water and salt. 5. Distal tubule, part of the nephron involved in regulating electrolyte balance and blood pH. 6. Collecting duct, collects urine from several nephrons and directs it to the renal pelvis before being carried to the urinary bladder. 7. Collecting urinary duct, after urine is formed in the kidney, it is passed to the ureter, which leads to the bladder, and finally exits the body through the urethra. 2. Urine formation process. Urine formation involves 3 main processes, namely filtration, reabsorption, and secretion. A. Glomerular filtration. Glomerular filtration is the first process in urine formation, which occurs in the glomerulus. 1. Blood filtration, namely blood that enters the kidney through the renal artery flows into the glomerulus. Here, blood is filtered to separate larger components, such as blood cells and proteins, from smaller water, electrolytes, and waste products, such as urea, creatinine, and uric acid. 2. Glomerular filtrate. The result of this filtration is called glomerular filtrate, which contains water, glucose, amino acids, urea, ions, such as sodium, potassium, chloride, calcium, and bicarbonate, and other waste products. This filtrate then flows into Bowman's capsule for further processing. B. Reabsorption. Reabsorption is the process by which useful substances, such as water, glucose, amino acids, and electrolytes, are reabsorbed into the blood from the renal filtrate, which includes 1. Reabsorption in the proximal tubule. Most of the water, glucose, amino acids, and electrolytes, such as sodium and chloride, are reabsorbed in the proximal tubule. This process occurs through active and passive mechanisms, which depend on the concentration gradient and active transport using energy. 2. Reabsorption in the loop of Henle. In the loop of Henle, most of the water and salts, especially sodium and chloride, are reabsorbed. This helps create an osmotic gradient that allows the body to regulate urine concentration. 3. Reabsorption in the distal tubule. Reabsorption of sodium, calcium, and bicarbonate occurs here. In this section, further regulation of electrolyte balance and blood pH occurs. C. Secretion. Secretion is the process of removing substances that are not needed by the body or are in excess into the lumen of the tubule to be excreted through urine. Substances that are secreted include 1. H-ions. To regulate blood pH, hydrogen ions are released into the urine to reduce blood acidity. 2. Potassium, K. Namely, excess potassium levels in the blood are secreted into the urine. 3. Waste products. Namely, some waste products such as uric acid are also secreted into the urine for elimination. D. Regulation of urine concentration and volume, which includes 1. Antidiuretic hormone, ADH, namely, ADH is produced by the hypothalamus and secreted by the posterior pituitary gland. This hormone regulates water reabsorption in the renal collecting ducts. When the body is dehydrated, ADH will increase water reabsorption, resulting in more concentrated and less urine. 2. Aldosterone, namely, this hormone is produced by the adrenal cortex and affects sodium reabsorption in the distal tubule and collecting duct. Increased sodium reabsorption causes water retention, which increases blood volume and blood pressure. 3. Atrial natriuretic peptide, ANP, namely, ANP is produced by the heart and works to reduce sodium reabsorption and inhibit aldosterone secretion, which helps reduce body fluid volume. 3. Regulation of acid-base balance. The urinary system also plays a role in regulating the body's acid-base balance by releasing H-ions and reabsorbing bicarbonate ions, hydrogen carbonate. The kidneys have the ability to balance blood pH through the process of acid secretion and bicarbonate reabsorption, namely, a secretion of H. Namely, if the blood is too acidic, low pH. The kidneys will release more hydrogen ions into the urine to increase blood pH. B. Hydrogen carbonate reabsorption, that is, if the blood is too alkaline, high pH. The kidneys will reduce bicarbonate reabsorption to lower the blood pH. 4. Function of hormones and kidney regulation. In addition to ADH, aldosterone, and ANP, the kidneys also play a role in the secretion of several hormones that support overall body function, namely, erythropoietin, EPO. This hormone is produced by the kidneys and stimulates the bone marrow to produce red blood cells when oxygen in the blood is low. B. Renin. Renin is an enzyme secreted by the kidneys that plays a role in the renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system, ROS, which regulates blood pressure and sodium balance. Renin stimulates the production of angiotensin II, which causes vasoconstriction and aldosterone secretion to increase blood volume and blood pressure. 5. Urinary excretion. After the filtration, reabsorption, and secretion processes are complete, the end result is urine, which contains waste products such as urea, creatinine, ammonia, and excess electrolytes that need to be excreted from the body. Urine excretion. Urine is collected in the renal pelvis, then flows through the ureters to the bladder for temporary storage. When the bladder is full, urine is excreted through the urethra during the process of urination, micturition. 6. Disorders of the urinary system. Some disorders that can occur in the urinary system include a kidney failure, when the kidneys are unable to filter the blood efficiently. It can cause a buildup of waste products and excess fluid in the body. B. Urinary tract infection, UTI, an infection that can occur in the lower urinary tract, urethra, bladder or upper urinary tract, kidneys, ureters. C. Kidney stones, formation of hardened mineral crystals in the kidneys, which can interfere with the flow of urine. D. Hypertension. High blood pressure can damage the kidneys over time, impairing their function in filtering blood. E. Diabetes mellitus. High blood sugar levels can damage the small blood vessels in the kidneys, affecting the kidney's ability to filter blood. 7. Conclusion. The physiology of the urinary system involves a variety of processes essential to maintaining the body's homeostasis, including blood filtration, fluid and electrolyte regulation, and acid-base balance regulation and waste product excretion. The kidneys and urinary tract play a key role in ensuring that the body continues to function properly, regulating components necessary for overall body health.